Hello everyone, welcome back again with another video after not uploading 1 week again, but I'll be posting more. It's our Christmas break, so I'll be posting more videos, and today also is that we're gonna build Sucrose as a gatherer and an EM build. If you guys don't know what does EM mean, it means Elemental Mastery. So let's get into it. First stand of Sucrose. Sucrose can do 4 normal attacks on the enemies, and it will do a swirl effect if the enemy is affected by any elements except for the Geo and the Dendro. Sucrose elemental skill will do an Anemo AoE damage on the opponents and will also do swirl on the opponents, except it will not do swirl if it's Geo or Dendro. Sucrose elemental burst. Sucrose elemental burst will unleash a large wind spirit and that will suck up an enemy, and that large wind spirit will be affected by any element except for Geo and Dendro. Moving on for the passive talents of Sucrose. First passive talent, when Sucrose triggers a swirl reaction, all the characters in the party with the matching element, excluding Sucrose, have their elemental mastery increased by 50 for 8 seconds. Second passive talent, when Sucrose craft a character and weapon enhancement materials, she has a 10% chance to obtain double the product. Third passive talent, when elemental skill or elemental burst hits an opponent, increase all party's members excluding Sucrose again elemental mastery by an amount equal to 20% of Sucrose elemental mastery for 8 seconds. Moving on for the best weapons for Sucrose. First is gonna be a sacrificial fragment. Second is gonna be Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers or TTDS. I only recommend this if you just really need an attack bonus for your DPS. This is much more better for your DPS if you just really need attack more bonus instead of elemental mastery. Next is it's gonna be a Fabulous Codex. I only recommend this weapon if you want a lot of elemental bursts of Sucrose to gather up all the enemies. Next weapon is if you don't really have any 4-star catalyst weapon, you can use the Magic Guide weapon, which is a 3-star weapon. You can use that if you don't have any 4-star or 5-star weapon on the catalyst. Moving on for the best artifact for Sucrose. The best artifact for Sucrose, of course, is gonna be 4-piece Very Decent Hunt or 4-piece Instructor set. I only recommend the Instructor set if you really just need elemental mastery for your team. Moving on for the best main stat of the artifacts. Flower will always stay HP, Feather will always stay flat attack. Now for the sands, it's gonna be elemental mastery. Goblet is also elemental mastery, and Circlet is gonna be elemental mastery. Elemental mastery, it plays a huge role for Sucrose. It's really important because of the swirl effect, and Sucrose does a big AoE on its elemental skill and elemental burst, which is really good. That's why you gotta need elemental mastery just to do those swirl effect, and it's really important because it shares the elemental mastery of Sucrose to the other party members. Moving on for the Constellation of Sucrose. C1, the elemental skill gains 1 additional charge of the elemental skill. As you can see, there's 2 elemental skill I can use. Constellation 2, the duration of the elemental burst is gonna be increased by 2 seconds. Constellation 3 increases the level of the elemental skill by 3 and the maximum upgrade level is 15. C4, Sucrose will reduce the cooldown of the elemental skill by 1 to 7 seconds for every 7 normal or charge attack she hits on the opponents, and 1 hit may be counted every 0.1 seconds. C5 increases the level of the elemental burst by 3 and maximum upgrade of the level of the elemental burst is 15. C6, if the elemental burst triggers an elemental absorption, all party members gains a 20% elemental damage bonus for the corresponding absorbed element during its duration. Moving on for the team comp for Sucrose. Now Sucrose is most likely to be a gatherer or elemental mastery giver. So she's mostly on every team comp, on like every team on the characters. For example is that you will need a DPS, your sub DPS, and then you're gonna need your healer, and then Sucrose, it's gonna be the gatherer. If you really want a team comp for Sucrose, we have this called the Big 4 or the Big 5, but we cannot really equip 5 characters in our team. We can only equip 4 characters. So I'm just gonna say that what character is it. First it's gonna be Sucrose, and then Bennett, and then Xingqiu, and then Chongyun or Xiangling, depending whichever character you will choose. But I highly suggest is Xiangling, just for the elemental resonance. But if your Chongyun is built like a nuke burst, dealing melt damage, which is really good because since you have Bennett, Chongyun can do a melt damage. So that will really help. And not only that, it freezes the enemies. But Xiangling is also really good. I just have not built her, so I have to use Chongyun. Well, that's all for the team comp for Sucrose. Let's try it out then. Also, I forgot to mention that in this team comp, you will really need a good rotation for this team. And yes, I just inserted a random music in this part. So yeah, that is Sucrose. Thank you for watching, guys, and you can guys comment down below if you want any character builds you will need, but I'll be posting other character builds that I have already made, but I have just not edited it. That will be coming soon as well. I'll be making more videos, and also don't forget to subscribe, guys, and hit that like button so I can know that is the content you guys really want on this channel. So that is all. Goodbye, guys.